the one, the only, Ben Good afternoon and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Iyun to Lean On. Today we talked about some interesting brachas about seeing different things. One of the brachas is when you see a big rabbi, a big Talmid Chacham. I've heard different stories of Gedolim, certain big Talmid Chacham. They would, apparently, on Rav Yashiv, he made a bracha, or Moshe Feinstein, or Rav Yashiv made a bracha on Moshe Feinstein, or something like that. I don't know, some story. Chaim Kanievsky, you see one of the big Gedolim. So the bracha to make, if you can verify that he's really a gadol b'Torah, right? A lot of gedolim out there, we have no reason why we call them gedolim. Why do you call someone a gadol? There are certain rabbanim here in Israel. No one knows if they're even learned or not. I mean, can they give a better share than me? Probably not. No one calls me a gadol, but I can give better share than all the gedolim here in Israel. I'm not being arrogant. It's the truth. Come on, who else can give an Iyun share on every daf in Seder Nashim? Every daf in Seder Nashim. It says Yevamos, I give an Iyun share. No one else can say that. No one else in the history of the world can say that. Check out my Iyun Ben Sion. And I give an Iyun shir on Shulchan Aruch and on Mishnah Yomi. So that tops everybody for sure. So I actually have proof, right? If you wanted to come and see me and say a bracha, right, Chachmei Yisrael, you'd probably say both brachas on me because I'm knowledgeable in the whole world also. Like the next halacha, if you see anyone who's knowledgeable in the world, you say shenasan michachmas l'basar v'dam if it's not a Jewish person. I don't, like I said, it doesn't have to be a non-Jewish person. It means that he's knowledgeable about the world. Like I gave the example of Albert Einstein, who was very knowledgeable in mathematics. He was a Jewish person, but the correct bracha on him would be shenasan michachmas l'basar v'dam. It doesn't have to be non-Jewish. It has to be what type of knowledge he has. And for people that are knowledgeable in Torah, very knowledgeable in Torah, let's say Rav Chaim Kanievsky, the correct bracha would be shechalak michachmaso liyareov. Now, the question is why the different word chalak and nasan. So if you look in the Mishnah Berurah, he says sha'am Hashem him chelek eloko udveikim bo l'chein amar shechalak. People that are among the nation of Klal Yisrael, they're especially the Talmidei Chachamim, they're davak to Hashem. They're attached to Hashem. They're chelek, a part of chelek. The word is chalak, right? Not chelek, chalak. It's an interesting word. Chalak means smooth, or doesn't really mean to give over. And by non-Jewish wisdom, or worldly wisdom, I wouldn't say non-Jewish wisdom, worldly wisdom, if you're knowledgeable in most things on Google like me, then the correct bracha would be nasan michachmaso. So what's the difference? Nasan is on a lower level according to the Mishnah Berurah, according to most commentaries, because you're not a chelek. They're not Jewish wisdom. Even if you're a Jewish person, it doesn't attach you to God. Torah wisdom attaches you to God. Non-Jewish wisdom or worldly wisdom does not attach you to God. I don't believe that to be true. Like I've said many times, right? If you ain't Torah in derech eretz, ain't derech eretz in Torah. In order to understand the Torah, you have to have worldly knowledge. You can't understand the Torah if you don't have worldly knowledge. You don't know the correct bracha to make on schnitzel, right? People will tell you, what bracha you make on schnitzel? My rabbi told me you make a shahakal on the chicken breast, the tasteless chicken breast. No, it's not a shahakal. The reason people eat schnitzel, people don't like schnitzel, is because the breadcrumbs on the outside. No human being likes schnitzel for the chicken breast. Chicken breast is tasteless. It's terrible. Dark chicken is much better than chicken breast, the white chicken. So if you had knowledge about the world and what tastes good, you would not say that. You would never say for a second you make a bracha of shahakal on the chicken. The chicken is the main part. I've been saying for many years the word shahakal, but it's a mistake. That the reason people eat it is for the breadcrumbs. And I don't even like breadcrumbs. I prefer cornflake crumbs. That's what I had past nights for dinner. I don't love it, but my wife likes it. It's sort of a compromise. So you have to have worldly knowledge to understand the Torah. So I believe it's like this. It's actually the opposite of what you thought. Chalak comes from the word chelek. We say at the last parak in Sanhedrin, it's called parak chelek. Kol Yisrael yeshlam chelek lo olam haba. A person has a part of olam haba. When you have Torah knowledge, you have part of the picture, part of the answer. You have the Torah knowledge, but without the worldly knowledge, your Torah knowledge is worthless. It's really worthless. It's worthless because you can't understand what the Torah is trying to tell you. So it's a chelek, it's a part. So people that spend their whole lives just learning Torah and amassing Torah knowledge and do not venture out into the world to amass any worldly knowledge, those people are a chelek. They have a part. People who have worldly knowledge, they have something, right? They have something complete. They know where to get a good steak, how to eat their steak. They know, the places, the countries to go to that they'll enjoy the most. They know the colors they like for interior design. They know the clothes they're going to like. So they're enjoying those things at least. They might not have the Torah, which tells you how to enjoy the world the most, get the best out of the world, and that's an additional bonus. But they have something. So that's a higher bracha. You have worldly knowledge, you have something. That's Nisin. I'm giving you a full present. Chalak is that you have part of the knowledge. People that are very knowledgeable in the Torah, often, usually, besides me, there's no one else who has worldly knowledge and Torah knowledge. There's no one else in the world like this. Because people, it's just like money, people who get into learning Torah, you can never get enough of it. So you just want to amass billions and billions of dollars like Elon Musk, So you keep on learning and learning and learning. You never venture out to the worldly knowledge, even though the same Mishnayos you're learning in Pirkei Avos a million times tell you they need derech eretz. You need to work. You need to have worldly knowledge, but they ignore that. No one wants to be Am Haaretz. Am Haaretz is a good thing. You got to know about the world, but it's a good thing. But everyone looks at bad things. You look down, denigrate those Am Haratzim. There's an Am Haaretz, in yeshivas you always hear that the Am Haratzim, they're working all the time. They're interested in earning money. They just want their more money. We have to take their money. It's a mitzvah that we go to America and take their money and give it to Limud Torah. That's the reason they should build kolim and pay avreichim. That's why they're working. Those people, they're so into the gashmis, the materialism. All those people in America, that empty country over there, terrible. They're working. This is what I heard in yeshiva for many years. But, after I got married, I have a change of perspective because you have to earn a livelihood. I mean, any person who has any self-worth or self-value realizes they're responsible to earn a livelihood, not just to schnurr and take from everybody in the world. And, I'm saying this in a community that believes in this, but that's the truth. It's my personal perspective after getting married. Before I got married, I didn't understand what it is to be married and to have to take, responsibility of a livelihood, responsibility of taking care of a wife and kids. But after I got married, my whole perspective on life changed because, Haredi Judaism makes sense up until you get married. After you get married, it makes no sense. At least the current Haredi Judaism. So, especially here in Israel. So, what I say is that you have half. You don't have anything. You have part of the knowledge. You have the Torah, but you're missing the world knowledge. You don't have anything because you're going to live a life that's very different. You're not going to enjoy the world. You live a life oftentimes ascetic type of life. The more Torah you learn, the more ascetic you become from the world. That's just the reality. The greatest Talmidei Chachamim, their stories of the Chazon Ish, they gave him and his wife gave him an egg to eat, and it was still there 24 hours later. And his wife asked, "What happened?" He said, "I forgot to eat." You forget to eat? I don't understand what that means. No, he obviously had hunger pangs, but he decided that it's better not to enjoy an egg, a hard-boiled egg in this world. These are, they tell these stories with, adoration, unbelievable that Talmidei Chachamim reach such a level. To me, every time I hear these stories, I'm like, you're making saying Lashon Hara about them. This is not good, positive stuff. They don't realize they're saying his approbation is really negative. I mean, that's the truth from a really normal perspective. But at the end of the day, that's what it is. Torah knowledge without worldly knowledge is nothing. It's part of something, but you don't have nothing complete. If you have worldly knowledge, you have something. You don't have the completeness of it, but you have something whole. Nothing. You have a matana. You have something. You have a present. You have something. You have to go to the Torah, understand the Torah, to join it together to get the full package. But you have something, right? By a Jewish person who's living a different lifestyle than everybody else, you only have a part. That's what I like to say over here. Revolutionary explanation by a revolutionary person. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.